Okay, welcome back to the channel. We're doing interviews with the fighters, all the lads from the gym that have got up and coming fights. We've got two lads fighting this weekend. We've got Dids, who we've already done an interview with, and we've got Zion that's came in on fight morning. So a busy day, and he still found time to come in to do his little interview. So really appreciate it. So nice one for coming on, Zion.
Thank you for
How are
having
you
me.
feeling today?
I'm feeling good.
Are
Very
you
good.
nervous about the fight yet?
I feel like the nerves come when you're closer to the ring. So right now I'm very relaxed. Not too bad.
Yes, good. Okay, so you're fighting for the UBC um, welterweight title. So you are going up a weight class from your last two fights. We were a little bit
Yeah,
lighter. We were at 66
66.
on so it's extra 2 kilos up in the weight class. But I don't think you'll have a problem. Are you a bit nervous about boxing at a little bit of a heavier weight, or
No, I
because you
think I'm
mix it
okay.
with everybody
Yeah,
in
yeah.
in sparring, and everybody seems to be heavier than you, and you hold your own with everyone. So are you feeling comfortable with that?
Feeling comfortable.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
good. So we're fighting on the Burns Brothers promotion, the UBC. It's a pro and a semi-pro card. He was supposed to be fighting Martin Jones, who had a record of 2-2, and we were kind of all set for that one. And there's been a last-minute replacement. I don't know if he's injured. How do you feel about him pulling out?
Um, I mean, whatever happened, he has his reasons. I'm not gonna like say anything, you know. But I'm okay. I'm
Yeah,
okay. I think it's the same thing because I don't know how he fights. I don't know who he is. But if it's a different opponent, it's still the same thing.
I think that's the thing when you've only had a few fights. Trying to like dig up some information on your opponents, it's really difficult to do. So you are kind of fighting blind until you get there. So
Yeah.
like when I was in my first few, it didn't really matter who it was. It's just another name. But the opponent's been changed to Kai Crehan from St Helens. He's had 2 wins and 1 loss. You're on a 3-0 at the
Two
moment.
and 0, yeah.
2-0. Um, how do you feeling about his record?
It's a good record. Yeah,
It's
he's
definitely,
in good
he's
cards.
won more than what he's lost. Um, so we'll be fighting in Liverpool City Centre. It's um, it's a really good venue. It's a very lively venue. You'll be fighting earlier this time. You're on third.
Yeah, yeah,
Do you feel more comfortable fighting earlier in the afternoon rather than late at night? Because the last few we've been on quite late.
yeah. Um, I'm not really sure because when I fought last time and the first time I was fighting, watching people fight before me kind of gets my mindset ready to fight as well.
Yeah,
Like I know what to expect. I see how other people fight. I like see the average of people. Like, okay, this is the level I'm dealing with. This is the strategies I have to put in place. This is what they're not doing. This is what I can do. Because I'm going like one of the first people, then the first fight is someone from our gym, so I'm going to watch their fight. It's like I watch one fight, then I need to get ready, then I need to warm up, then I need to stretch, and then I'm immediately in it. So it's gonna be like muscle memory, you know. It's
yeah,
like I'm not really warmed up mentally. I'm just like entering there. You know, like the first spar is the worst spar.
yeah.
That's gonna be my first spar. So
Do you think that because I feel like the later that I'm on,
yeah.
the more time I give myself to build that anxiety.
Ah,
I feel like if I go on straight away, like since I started winning titles and stuff, they always seem to put you on closer to the end. So I feel like I'm that anxiety and it tires me. And sometimes I feel like when I'm warming up, I'm so tired already. So like, do you feel like you might be a little bit better? I think you might find it easier boxing. You haven't really gone on first, second, or third yet. I think you'll find it easier. But for me, I just build myself full of anxiety the longer that it goes
the
on. Like
build
you're
up to
saying,
it, yeah.
seeing the quality of people, and then you'll see some really good ones, and you're like, shit, is that is my guy like that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, okay, so we'll talk about the weigh in. So you weighed in yesterday morning. The maximum weight was 68 kilos, and you weighed in at what?
68.0.
Oh, and no, you were 67.8.
Oh, really? Oh,
So
yeah, just minus the two.
it
Yeah,
was minus the two. So um, you were point 0.2 under, and you had clothes on. So you made that weight pretty easy. So you've been training this. So this was kind of our goal. You weren't ever intended to be a boxer. You've had a couple of Muay Thai into clubs,
yeah, yeah.
um, and that kind of was. your goal. That's what got you into fighting. I believe your friend was Taekwondo.
Yeah.
And then you've got into the Muay Thai, and you came to boxing to basically get better with your hands. And I feel like you found a little talent there. And I know you're still doing both, but I think you surprised yourself how good you were with your hands. You know, when you were boxing boxers, and you were like, I'm holding my own here.
Yeah, yeah.
So talk us through.
It's like you said, I was like doing Muay Thai. I was like, I can get my kicks there, but my hands aren't doing anything. Like I'm getting hit by the most basic jab or like just anything. Like my guard was incorrect. I couldn't parry like any straight punches. I can't roll because I'll like peekaboo into like when someone's shin. Like it was
Yeah.
like too much. I was like, okay, let me try boxing. See if I can take little golden nuggets from boxing and then take it to my Muay Thai kickboxing. I was like, this is not just golden nuggets. This is like the landmine. It's like a pile of gold. And like, I'm gonna like invest it.
I'm gonna make
Invest
rings,
it.
make chains.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, let me just go to the boxing clubs nearby. And I was like, this is fun. Then I talked to Hashim, one of the people that train in our gym, and he was like, yeah, I go to the pound as well. Because when our clubs, our societies were down, he would still be training.
Yeah.
Like, oh, let me go there. I go there, I go, ass, what? Bad, but I was like, this is fun. It's like it's not like it was a bad whooping. It was like I know what I did wrong and I can improve on it. And I kept on improving, talking to other people at the gym. The community was really nice. I was like, I'm gonna stay here. Then when you offered me the opportunity to fight, I was like, let me test to see if my hands are as good as I think they are, if they've improved. And then even when I go to like Muay Thai or kickboxing, I have a lot of confidence with my hands. Like I can try to outbox people because they're scared of the kicks, or I can set up my kicks better because my punches are better. It's like a good mix, and I just love boxing as well.
Yeah, I remember saying to you, I said, I think you should go for a fight, and you were like, oh, do you think I'm ready? I can't, because obviously there's been people there that have trained longer in boxing than you, but people progress at different rates, and I just thought he's good, and then we booked your first fight, and I asked what your nickname was, and they said your nickname the Black Rabbit. So can you explain where the name the Black Rabbit comes from?
I'll give the PG version. No joking. But it's it's because the friend that helped me with my boxing fundamentals, he has like a Soviet style base, so everything's very like a
ABA
pendulum.
sort of style, in and out.
Yeah, in and out, very good angles, like switch stances,
Yep.
very like I don't know how to explain it, like really like you know what I mean, like
Yeah,
keep your
you
heart
don't
rate.
stay still for
No, you don't stay still.
any time.
So I sparred somebody. His name is JP, cool guy, Johnny Boy. But I sparred him, and he was like, "FNL." He's like a rabbit. And I was like, you know what? That's a good nickname.
And I think everything he
It's a
says
good
is dramatic
nickname.
because he's got a thick Irish accent.
Yeah,
So
I can't do it. It's so like it's so him. Like I
yeah.
can't I can't insult him by attempting.
When I read messages of him, I read them in his accent in my head. I can't help it. But yeah, continue.
I do that as well.
I think everyone in
Him
the
and
gym
Dids.
does it. Yeah, and Dids as
When
well.
you hear Dids interview, you'd understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, you know what? Maybe the brown rabbit should be my nickname. And he was like, you know what? You're more like a black rabbit. And I was like, that's the one, that's the one. So we stuck with that. But then obviously it has like weird Playboy meaning, so I don't know if I'm gonna stick with it for long. But you know,
I when them we had another gym come down to spar, and they were asking, oh, why is he called the Black Rabbit? And then once you sparred a couple of the lads, they were like, fucking, he really is. You know
like
your style is your heels never touch the floor. You're always on your toes. You're always in and out. Even if you're getting hit with shots, you don't plant your feet. When you know you're always moving. You know, and I feel at your level of the amount of fights that you have, you're boxing at such a high level. Like people sometimes think I'm lying when I say, oh, he's only had 2 fights, and he's had a couple of interclubs which technically aren't you know fights on record, but you're boxing at a higher level, and a lot of that is the footwork. Like people do learn how to punch, and then they learn the footwork afterwards. But we kind of you had your own footwork style before you came in, and a lot of stuff we do in the classes we start from the feet up because
Yeah.
everything does. I come from an ABA background, so that was all footwork first because that's what gets you in and out. That's what stops you getting blood
First line
noses
of
and
defense.
stops you end up being an ugly boxer. Do you know what I mean? How was your fight camp gone this time round?
I wanted to focus on my cardio because title fight is extra round, and obviously I haven't gone past the second round just yet. So I don't know how I'd feel in the third round, let alone the fourth round if I get there. So I joined a gym called Two Brothers Muay Thai Gym, and I was like, let me test this out.
Is
I
this
couldn't
in the
breathe.
Wirral?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Birkenhead.
yeah.
I couldn't breathe. It was like every session I was like on the floor, like covered in sweat. And it was like everything I could have asked for in terms of cardio. Then I do my own boxing on top of that. So I feel like this fight camp, especially because I didn't have a scale, so I didn't even know what weight I was at. I was just looking at my body. I was like, "Oh, that looks like 73." I need to cut down a bit.
Yeah, no, you were concerned, but
Yeah.
you were fine. You were fine.
So the fight camp, it did go well. It was hell to go through. So I let it win. You know when like you're fighting somebody and you're very stoic about it, but then when like the weight cut comes in and you're training really hard, like kill
Because
this guy.
we've pushed for this title fight. Like this is one of your goals. That you're like, when I have a son or I have a child, I
Yeah,
want to be able to,
let him
And
have
I remember
this.
that feeling when my first one and I showed it to my son and like they literally think you're like a superhero or something like that, and it just you feel you put a lot of pressure on yourself for it. Then you're like, oh, I have to win it first before I. But this is our goal, like we've been aiming for ages, and I have every faith that I just can't see anybody that's had under 10 fights beat you. You know, I can see you winning this, defending it easy, and I can see you maybe not easy, you know, but I can't. I don't think it'll go 4 rounds. You're too much for people. Like your cardio is good, but your movement when you're making somebody miss punches the way that you make people miss punches, it's really disheartening. It kills people's soul. It kills their heart, and then it might not be like clean knockouts, but they've given up in the head, and then they're kind of just surviving. This is what I find when you're boxing is people can't hit you, they get frustrated, so they use a lot of energy in the first round, and then by the time the second round comes, they've already given up in the head, and they're just kind of just waiting to get stopped, or they're just trying to survive because they can't land back. That's where the name the rabbit, Black Rabbit, comes into it because you're so awkward. I even struggle to hit you. I have to put a lot of pressure on, and you know, I've had maybe 35 more fights than you, and I struggle to hit you. So I can only imagine what people that have only had 2 or 3 fights, um, how they're trying to hit you. So your first fight. So we've had all your fights have been on the UBC show. So that's who we're partnered with at the gym for our fight nights. So talk us through the first fight.
First fight, I would be honest, I had such jelly legs, like I knew what to do, but my legs weren't complying at all sometimes. It wasn't like I didn't feel nervous, but my legs definitely felt nervous. They're just like little, I don't know how to like spazzing out. I think
Yeah,
that's the word I'm looking for. So first round, if I remember clearly, I was focusing on how it feels to get punched full force, because obviously sparring people heavier, I've been hit hard, and I'm like, damn, like yeah, I see why weight classes exist.
yeah, million
So
percent.
I was thinking if I cut weight down, surely he can't hit as hard as some people that have hit me before have hit me. And I realized a lot of them don't go like around the guard, don't know how to cut through the guard, different types of punches. So I kind of just wanted to feel how his strength was the first round on my gloves, and then turn it up on the second round when I'm used to it and I know what to expect. But on the second round, he like hit me at the back of the head, and then on his second back of the head punch, he pulled me in and I fell over. I was like, that does not look good. That doesn't look good for anybody. Doesn't look good for Instagram. Doesn't look good for the judges. My coach is probably stressing. So I was like, damn, I'm just gonna have to go for it now. So me and my jelly legs, I tried to apply forward pressure and get him on the ropes because I remember you telling me that like the style that I have, like at the gym, people can run away because
Yeah,
the gym's big. But if I continue controlling the center, they end up at the ring at some point.
they're going to be cut off eventually. Yeah,
Yeah. And I remember when I was watching him warm up, I feel kind of creepy. Just but when I was watching him warm up, his elbows were flared. I was like, he's not defending any of my body shots. But when I was sparring him, not sparring, first round, I tried to do like uppercuts and hooks, and I don't know how to explain it. He was like kind of forward, and because I'm blind as hell, I think he's closer than he is. So I kept missing like any body shots. I was like, okay, if his elbows are flared, the cross will definitely land.
Yep.
So I remember baiting him. I went up and then I went for the cross. And he kind of like quivered away. And it's like you told me this before the fight happened. It's like I'm too nice sometimes.
Yep.
And I saw that. I was like, oh, it's over. I was like, it's not over. I have to keep going. So I went for the hook. I kind of like misjudged the distance and I hit him with my wrist instead. So I just pushed him up to where I could hit him. Then I hit him with a cross. Then the referee stopped it. I was like, breathe. But he couldn't continue because it was such a flush right hand, which is nice.
Yeah.
Very
So
happy.
I remember when Hashim went for his first fight, and I said to him, "Listen, Hash, you are one of the nicest people I have ever met in my life, but you need to. If this isn't sparring now, I need you to. When you go into your fight, don't be too nice. If he's turning away, if he looks hurt, if he looks like he's going to cry, it doesn't matter. You just keep going and keep going. Don't be nice to him." And he kind of did it. And I remember him coming up to me just before your fight, and he said, "Can you do me a favor?" He's like, "Remember that speech that you gave to me about not being too nice?" He's like, "Can you give the same thing to Zion?" I said, "I was going to anyway." Just because you can feel sorry for people, and I've seen people turn it down because they feel tight on them, and then they end up getting knocked out. Do you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, we all sign up for this to get punched in the face, and you know, you protect yourself until the referee stops it, and you keep throwing punches until the referee stops it. And yeah, you did. You. I find what you do, what you've taken from the gym really well is we download that information in the first round. We try not go in really quick. On a lot of these fighters, they tend to come in and just try and take your head off in the first round. As where our gym, we step back, we box, we download that information, we see how hard they hit, we see if they're flinching, we see what their head movement's like, if there's any. If they're really quick, we go to the body and stuff like that. So then you turn it up in the second round. That's why I always say to you, your second round, your footwork, they think, oh, that was the best of him in round one. He's only going to go downhill from there. He's going to get more and more tired. But then we kind of turn it up as the rounds go, and it's really difficult for people to deal with. So that your second fight was a title eliminator for the fight that we will be having tonight. Do you want to talk us through that fight?
It was kind of the same strategy as in
Yep.
like first round, first gear, second round, second gear, third round, third gear. The first round, man, I realized he was very open as he would throw punches, but because he was southpaw, I just did not know what to do. I was like, the only punches I know will land are my lead hook and cross. So I was like trying to like understand how I could use my cross as like a jab almost, or how I could counter his rear hand because he would just loop it around. It's like all the way from back here, then all of a sudden it's in my face.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's such a weird style. It's so confusing. But I knew like as long as I like concentrate the first round, just focus on how he feels, how he looks. Because like a lot of blind fighters will like understand what I mean. It's like we can't really judge distance from like our eyesight. It's kind of like where he hits me from and where I hit him from. It's like okay, so that's how it feels to hit from the side.
So
And
you
then
miss that tiny bit, and then you make them adjustments, not
yeah.
visually, but right, I've missed
Like
by a set amount.
you can kind of feel it. You know when you're in like the flow state and you're like,
Yeah,
okay, that's the distance I need to be at. I was like I was doing that the whole of the first round, but I keep forgetting that like people are judging what I'm doing.
yeah,
So I wanted to start like the first 30 seconds strong, uh, middle minute like downloading information, and then the last 30 seconds strong. First 30 seconds, I realized he doesn't really know what to do when someone puts like crazy pressure, like with punches and punches with head movement as well. And then within the first minute, I realized I shouldn't close the distance too much because he would like wrap his hands around me
yeah,
or just do something dirty, like clinch my ears or something. So after that, I tried again with like middle ranged fighting, like kind of like boxer puncher style of like going in and out almost. It was like that worked. So second round, I was gonna stick to that, just forward pressure, not too much, but like enough for
yeah.
him to like run around the ring. And lo and behold, he was on the ropes. which is good. So I think it was the cross, because only the cross was landing. I was like, I can't do
That
that
is
right
the
hook.
antidote to me being southpaw myself. That's one thing that I always watch out for is
Yeah,
that straight right
straight
down the middle
cross.
because it is an antidote to a southpaw. Um, we're obviously used to the range, so when you're trying to jab, you always seem to be a little bit off. Or
Yeah,
we southpaws seem to be really good with the lead hand parry, and we have the distance a little bit better because we're used to it. But um, your footwork when you had him on the ropes,
that's nice.
especially in round two, you were switching the stance. So by the time he was trying to land these big hooks, because he was just swinging to survive, you were already on the other side of him, and then the referee just seen enough, and he thought it's just it's pointless. You were just landing at will. Like you're saying, even though your eyesight isn't the best, I think you could have had your eyes closed, and you still, because you got into that flow, you realised from round one, right, that's not working. He's clinching. So even when you had him on the ropes, you weren't up close and fighting with him. And when you were moving too quick for him to clinch you. So when he was trying to grab, you were all hitting him. You were on the other side, hitting him with uppercuts and
Yeah,
hooks, and then you were around the other way. Then it was body shots. And the ref had to dive in to save the fight. And
I
I
tried.
remember someone saying it was a quick stoppage, but I feel like it was a safe stoppage.
Yeah, it was the counter after the cross. Like after I kept spamming it so he couldn't react.
Yeah,
I just knew like, oh, he's gone, because the way he stumbled back wasn't like someone like taking one step back to like gain distance. It was like a
cower.
yeah, and then the ropes kind of like saved him there. I was like, okay, and then I kind of like not panicked. When you get excited, then your legs jelly again. You have to like slap yourself to get back
Yeah, a
into
lot of
like
that's adrenaline as well.
yeah.
Adrenaline dump.
So I hit him with a cross again, and it was like perfect. Like it literally landed nice. And then another hook and hit him on the top of the head. And I was like, oh, like it was another one of those feelings of like, okay, this is gonna end. So that's probably what ignited like the crazy footwork, is because I was like, I need the ref to see like
Yeah,
I just hit him flush 3 times. Um, but yeah, that I think that's what that was. It was the counter. It was like that's he should have stopped it there. I think kind of like how my first fight happened. It was nice. It was good. I'm proud of it.
yeah. I'm proud of you. I struggle sometimes because I understand when I'm in the corner and I'm trying to explain something to someone and they don't listen to my instruction. But every time I've gave you an instruction, you've gone out and done that and you've stopped the fight.
Yeah.
You listen really well. And we had your friend who's the Taekwondo guy,
Oh
and
yeah.
what's his name?
Vice. His father was like a Soviet boxer. He's been
He
fighting since.
Do you know what? Really, really nice guy. And one thing I like to do with our gym is like we all people can train in different gyms, and like you're saying, you take them little golden nuggets, and um, I just gelled really well with him in the corner, and I let him have his input. He let me have my input, and it worked really well. And he'd be cornering you tonight. So yeah, so fight camp's gone really well for you. Have you done much sparring?
Oh yeah, I managed to find a few boxes in my area. One of them was like 90 kilograms. So yeah, pray for me for that. But yeah, lots of sparring, lots of sparring. I've done lots of kickboxing sparring as well, which is actually really
It's good for your
insightful. As
legs.
like even just with the boxing as well, because it's so limiting as like what you can do, and you have to make it work.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot more to think of. You have to be much sharper as well. Because I got counted like the moment I crossed, someone's knee just came flying up the middle. I was like, I need to make sure I have an exit. I need to make sure I keep in the right range. I liked it. Really good. It's a nice gel between the sports.
So it's been 6 months since we put this plan into place of
Yeah.
Operation Get a Title, um, and everything seems to be working so far. And you know, I wish you all the best tonight. I wish all the boxers on the show safe. I hope you all fight well, fight the best that you can. Um, and thank you for coming on.
Thank you for
Is
having me.
there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to or thanks to?
I'd like to give out a good shout out to my amazing friend Jamie Edwards, as well as Vice, of course. You guys will see him in the corner. But yeah, fantastic. Yeah,
Okay,
and
well,
everyone that comes as well. I'm so surprised how many people wanted to come. I hit like 2 people. I was like, "Are you sure?" Like Hashem, Vice. I'm like, "Are you sure?"
because you've
And
kind of
another one
shied
came.
away from selling tickets because you're like, oh, I didn't believe in yourself a little bit. But I
Yeah,
feel like everybody's telling you how good you are.
You also feel like you're not worth it, like
you're not a
40
vain
quid to watch
person.
me? You okay?
Yeah, people are like saying how good you are, and you're like, "What? Like, are you telling the truth, or are you just chatting
That's what
shit?"
sometimes I'm like, I remember my first compliment. I was like, oh, a lot of lies nowadays.
Yeah.
I was like,
No,
oh
but it
damn.
is, and the more you when you're watching your videos, and you must go. I'm pretty good for
To the
you're
level
you're a
I'm
novice.
fighting at, yeah.
You're a novice, mate, and you're fighting. Like you're sparring top lads and that in the gym that are like 2, 3, 4 years into training, just strictly boxing, and you're going toe to toe with them. So last thing, do you want to try the belt on, or are you going to wait until you've won it tonight?
You know what I'll do? I'll wait because I feel like the
I was
deserved
I was hoping
feeling
I
of
was
like putting
hoping you
that
were going to
on.
say that.
It'll be genuine.
So there'll be tickets on the door for anybody that wants to come and support the fight. It's in Fusion Nightclub in Liverpool. The UBC Suburban Brothers promotion, really good. Doors open at 3 p.m. I believe there's nearly 30 fights on, so it'll be going in through to the night. So if you worked it out, it's probably about 50 pence a fight for what you're paying on your ticket. Um, Thank you so much for coming on,
Thank you
and I
for
wish
having
you
me.
all the best. And hopefully, we'll have you on next week as
Definitely.
the new UBC welterweight novice champion.
That'd be fantastic.
Thank you.